Good morning, you guys. I'm Mykael Henry. I'm coming to you with a book report um, slash summary on the Heroes of Olympus, the Son of Neptune. The Son of Neptune is the second book in the Heroes of Olympus series. The Heroes of Olympus series is the second installment of series after the Percy Jackson series, which was both written by Rick Riordan. I think this is a great book series in general between Percy Jackson and the Heroes of Olympus because it gives you very good life lessons. This one, the Son of Neptune, being more of the backbone of what every single story, which every single lesson comes with or kind of has to deal with or needs in order to succeed. And this is just with life in general too, like with people and conflicts going on around us in reality. I say it's three things. One being friendship, teamwork, and loyalty. And these three things together, honestly, to me, are what is the key to accomplishing great feats in the world. Now we see this in a nonfiction sense, as this is surrounded around Greek and Roman mythology. But I loved it growing up. This was, a great series to see, and I wish they made it into movies. But onto the summary. Basically it starts off with Percy Jackson. He wakes up. He's, mind you, 17-year-old. He wakes up and he doesn't have his memory. Amnesia. He finds this lady named Juno. She gives him an option, to do either have freedom or live his life as he pleases, or to find out, what his past was and what all that means, all the stuff that's in his heart that he feels like he misses. Mind you, the one name he remembered was his girlfriend's name, which was revealed later in the story, but her name was Annabeth, and that's the only thing that he remembered, just Annabeth, and not even really her face. Later on, he remembers his friends, his past friends, throughout the journeys in the Percy Jackson series, throughout this story as well. But really, the only person that he can recall from the jump is Annabeth. So he decides to take her up on her offer. He goes to Camp Jupiter with her. She ends up helping him fight these Gorgons, whatever. He goes to the camp. He meets these kids. It's Camp Jupiter. It's a demigod camp with kids, teenagers, whatever, just like him. They're half, from within, they're half of Roman descent and they're half of human descent. So, they're demigods. What ends up happening is the counselors know who he is, but they don't tell him anything because they know that they need to let things play out and let things figure them out. Know that they need the kids to figure things out for themselves. And so what happens is he meets these two people who, off the bat, they're the only people at the camp that like him. This girl named Hazel, this guy named Frank. Frank finds out that he's the son of Mars. When he comes to the camp, when Mars, the Greek god, or the Roman god, of war, comes down to talk to him, give him a prophecy telling him he needs to go free the Roman god of death, the NATO, out of these chains, and he's being held up by the Roman personification of Earth, Gaia. And Gaia has her sons, these Goliaths, these giants that are, trying to hold the Natos in these chains, as well as take over the Earth. Every, super villain, every problem in every big story. So what happens is they go on this journey, battles, all that stuff. They go through introspection moments where they find out things about themselves. Hazel finding out that she was actually resurrected and that she's originally from the 20th century. And also Frank finding out that this stick that he's been carrying around all his life is ultimately his life force. And if it was to burn, he would die as well. So kind of sucks, right? Percy finds out his answers and his introspection that he needs about his past. After they finally, get the Natos out of the chains, which required Frank to burn some of his life force onto the chains and burn the chains down, which sucks, yeah, I know, but he ends up still alive. And what happens is Percy, once everything's all said and done, they freed the Natos. They've, stopped Gaia's son, one of the giants. They're on the way back to Camp Jupiter, and all his memories start coming back. And he starts to realize, okay, he knows who Annabeth is. He knows who his friend Tyson and Gibson is. And then also, he finds out that they're on their way to come get him as well. And not only that, but that he gets word that he is going to be the one to bring together the Romans and the Greeks. Now, if you know about this, the Romans and the Greeks have been separated forever, and they don't like each other for certain reasons, which I'll let you find out for yourself. You can Google it or read it in the book and find out. But basically, Percy Jackson is crazy being this backbone of the group originally of Hazel and Frank, and also his group with Annabeth, Tyson, and Gibson. It's crazy because like he's the one to make the change, because he's the one who is all about loyalty in that friendship and that having that passionate heart for his friends and stuff. So I just think that this book is a great opportunity to learn a lesson that it takes more than just one person. That there's no I in team aspect of life. But yeah, give it a check. Check it out. It's a great book, and yeah, thank you.